Y'all see what I go through for my people. It's cold and rainy, and I'm still gonna keep y'all updated on the cooking. You know what I'm saying? Cooking like your granny. I'm gonna keep you cooking like your granny. Doing this just for y'all, man. Hey, I'm excited about this. I hadn't cooked, Salisbury, homemade Salisbury steak in a while. So hey, we gonna get right, baby. Trell been cooking. What's going on? Welcome back to another episode of Trell been cooking. Hey, I really appreciate y'all tuning in. You could have been anywhere in the world. Think about it. Anywhere in the world. You know what I'm saying? But you're here with me, so how can I not be appreciative? So yeah, man, we're gonna get into this today. Yes, I am cooking like your granny. That's what I'm known for. So we're gonna cook some good old Salisbury steak, homemade Salisbury steak, homemade mashed potatoes. So yeah, man, I ain't gonna talk with y'all to death. Let's get into it. So right here, I got my 5 peeled potatoes, and guess where you can find those at? Nowhere. You got to use that tool right there to save you some time and, yeah, do a little work. Cut them up. You don't really have to cut them up this small. I just did that because that's how I started off the first one. But make sure all of them are cut pretty much the same so they can cook evenly. So right here, I got my boiling water while I was chopping those up. And you want to drop some butter in there, which I was pouring that first. And then just drop your potatoes in there and let them go. And once they, get pretty soft, they don't have to get real mushy. Just, where you can push it and they'll break apart. That's about how long you want to cook them. So just it'll be about 10 or 15 minutes or so. And they should be ready. Oh yeah, don't let me forget. After I put them in there, I did add a little salt and pepper as I showed you there. Yeah, I'm making a mess, but hey, we in the kitchen, baby. So right here, we got about 3 pounds of ground beef, and that right there was 2 eggs I beat together. I dropped in there, and this right here is just some breadcrumbs, some plain panko breadcrumbs. I would say that's about 2 cups that I added to that 3 pounds of beef, which you can add more or less however you want to do it, but that's why I added to mine. So right here, I got some soy sauce. I'm not really going too crazy with the sauces I'm putting in here. And that right there is some Worcestershire sauce. If I said it right, nobody gets that word right. And this right here, you may not see many people do this, but this is some French onion Campbell's soup. So you can let the onions drop in there. It ain't really gonna hurt nothing. But me, I was just after the juice inside. So I also added some garlic powder. And you want to get you a small onion and, finely chop those up. Almost ready to mix. I got to add one more thing, and that's just salt and pepper. Most of those, the soy sauce and the Worcestershire sauce has salt in it, so don't go too crazy with the salt. And, the little mixture of salt and pepper that I had didn't have enough pepper. So right here, I'm just grinding some more of the pepper up inside the Salisbury steak. Oh yeah, you know what time it is. Time to get dirty, mixing time, baby. So hey, don't be scared. My hands is washed, it's nice and clean. So I got it mixed up real good. And now we gonna start to put patties up, baby. Yes, sir. So right here, hey, I'm making some big old patties. I'm talking about some big old, big whoppers. You can make it how you want to. That's just the beauty of making stuff at home on your own. So right here, like I said, I'm not making thin patties. It's gonna be pretty thick, and you ain't gonna need but one to fill you up on your plate. So I think I ended up with about 5 or 6 of these. You see I'm flipping them over. That way I'm making sure both sides are pretty flat. That way when I fry them in the pan, I have a good surface area of meat on there. Give me a good crust. So while I was doing that, I had my potatoes going. I'm just checking them. Like I said, boom, I'm about to burn myself up. I'm just pushing them with my finger just to see how easy they are. And they push apart pretty easy. So I went ahead and turned the heat off, and I'm gonna get ready to drain these babies. Let's go. So you can just go ahead and drain these. And then once you get done draining them, just slap them babies right back in that same pot you took them out of. Don't dirty them more dishes up. We ain't got time for that. So I'm just showing you here, simple and easy. Just drain them and then put them right back in the same pot you took them out of. So now this recipe is simple and easy to make homemade potatoes. You can add a whole bunch of other stuff with it, but you know, with the hamburger steak and the gravy, you don't really need to add too much stuff. So I'm just adding some sour cream and about 1/3 of a stick of butter, and again salt and pepper, and you can just mix it up and soup for your taste. But right here I added enough. I'm just cover this up and let the sour cream and the butter start to soften. Put your top back on and she should be ready. But now I have my pot getting hot also, so I'm gonna drop these hamburger steaks in there. I'm gonna let y'all hear this sizzle. Y'all hear that? Yes sir, that's what you want. You want that baby to be hot so you can get a good crust, add some flavor to that gravy. So I've been letting it go about 5 minutes. You see the good crust I got going on here. And in the bottom of that pot, baby, it's going to be so much flavor. You can slap your, I ain't going to say that. But hey, it's looking good. Hey, let's keep this thing rolling. If only y'all could smell the aroma that's coming from this. Ooh, baby. So they've been going on that side for 5 minutes. Time to take them big mama patties out of there. They're looking real good. And the object here is not to try to cook them all the way through, because I'm going to actually put them back in the pan to simmer with the gravy, the onion gravy. So I've been letting them go for 5 minutes, and them right there got a good crust on. That's what you're looking for. That ain't what you call burn, that's what you call flavor. So I let them go for 10 minutes, 5 minutes on each side. Like I said, I'm showing you the crust that you really should have on there. I slapped one back in there because it didn't have the crust on it like I wanted, but now she ready now. Thing of beauty. So now I'm going to, introduce the onions to the grease. You don't use that same grease. Don't clean your pot. Do not clean your pot. That's what you want right there. They call this stuff at the bottom of the pan fond. So make sure you use that fond, because that's where your flavor is. So right here I put about half of a tablespoon of minced garlic. Mix that up, let the onions cook down a little bit, but you don't want to cook that garlic too long. And now I'm putting some more pepper in there. Man, just look at that pot, man. If that ain't flavor, I don't know what that is. So now I'm putting some beef broth in there. I am gonna put a good bit in there because I want a lot of gravy. So I put a good bit of beef broth in there. And we're gonna let this simmer some. I'm gonna let it come back up to temp. And then you see it right there, I'm gonna make me some cornstarch slurry. This right here is just a little bit of half and half I decided to add in it. Yes, I know the color is real white, but trust me, when I get done cooking this gravy, it's gonna darken back up and it's gonna be a beautiful brown. So we got it back up to temp. I'm just showing you kind of the consistency of the cornstarch slurry I made. It's just water and cornstarch, and you want to put it in there so you can start thickening up your gravy, which I'm doing now. And make sure once you put it in there, you go ahead and whisk it up, move it around so it don't turn into a lot of dough. So now we got it back up to temp once again, and I'm about to burn myself up with this hot gravy, dropping these Salisbury steaks in there. But hey, we got it, baby. We rolling. So I'm put all of them in there. Luckily, all of them fit because I didn't want to separate them. So, all them juices that was left behind gotta go. Everything must go. So we got them in the pot, put the top on, and let them simmer. So they've been simmering about 10 minutes. I'm just making sure everybody get a good shower on top. But as you see, the gravy is starting to darken up, and it's getting a little thicker with it simmering. So I'm gonna let it go about 20 more minutes, 15 to 20 more minutes. And man, that is beautiful. The gravy darkened up just like, you know, everybody likes it. And yeah, we're gonna leave the top off and let it thicken up a little bit more. And we about to get the plating, baby. There we go. I split it open for you and let you see how good it cooked through. Man, please give this video a thumbs up if you like what I'm doing. Man, that looks delicious. All right, y'all. The food was so good. As you see, I almost forgot about making the outro for y'all and tell y'all how the dish came out. But it came out really good. You know, the homemade mashed potatoes, you know, with the sour cream and the butter. It came out really good. Nothing beats homemade, especially this hamburger steak. You know, at home you can make it as thick as you want to. You know, you ain't gotta make them little processed meat patties. You know what I'm saying? Make you a big Mondo burger. Like I said, everything came out. The hamburger steak, or Salisbury steak if you wanna call it, is real flavorful. And you know, the green onion I put on here is for a garnish, but it also complements the dish as well. But yeah, like I said, man, if y'all like what I'm doing, make sure you subscribe, comment, like, and please share this video, you know, with your auntie, maybe even your granny. She might be proud of me. But hey, till the next time, Trell been cooking is out of here. Peace.